What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back into what's going on in Vietnam because there is an article talking about currency manipulation. That's one of those things we have been waiting for because we know that our good friends over there in Vietnam have been on the list now twice. And then the one report that was supposed to come out in spring said they were on there a third time, along with Indonesia and Malaysia. But the official report is yet to be released. Now, keep in mind, they do release these in May, it's twice a year, and in October. All right, so we're going to get into that here in just a second. If you guys are thinking about buying some precious metals, give our friends over that Money Metals Exchange a consideration. The link is in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you buy more than $100 worth of precious metals, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. Sorry, I'm still off Facebook for now, but nonetheless, you can still catch me over here on Twitter. The link is in the description. Come on over and join me there. All right, so we're going to go over a couple of things before we get into the currency manipulation article, okay? So you can see here, look at this. This is a good sign. I told you guys when I pay attention to the news of what's happening over in Vietnam, I'm looking for any news regarding the currency, obviously, but also I like to keep an eye on how good their economy is doing for both short and long-term investment opportunities. So this is a good indicator that things are going well. Power consumption rises as the economy recovers from the Rona. Yeah. So power consumption increased significantly in September as the economy started to find its feet after the Rona was successfully contained in Vietnam. So here's the thing that gets me about Vietnam. I don't know what they're doing, but they seem to be the only people in the world that knows what they need to do to beat this thing because the first wave, they handled it very well. And there was no deaths. So their economy did really great, better than I think there's only two nations, and Vietnam is one of them, that's going to have positive growth for the year 2020. But they would have done a whole lot better had other countries at least been open for them to do imports and exports with, because they end up kind of slowing down, not because of anything they did, it's because the other countries were on total lockdown. All right. So anyways, it goes on to talk about, and this is what I'm looking for, the power consumption continues to increase, obviously, because as businesses open back up, restaurants, everything else, businesses everywhere start opening back up, there's going to be more consumption of electricity. So to me, this is a great indicator that Vietnam is doing very well. So they had a second wave of the Rona, and they were able to whip its ass super quick. And again, back on their feet and reopening up just that quick. So this is a great indicator right here. This is one of the things I look for that tell me that Vietnam is still a great place to invest in. This will blow your mind. Tuna exports to Italy soar. Wait till you see by how much. Exports of Vietnamese tuna to Italy soared by 8,599% last month over the same period last year. That's not a typo. It soared 8,599% last month. That's the kind of production you want to see in your company. When I saw it, I started laughing. I was like, go get them, Vietnam. Again, this is great. So this is the staggering increase transformed Italy into Vietnam's largest tuna market in the EU in the first 9 months of this year. Now, keep in mind with the EU-Vietnam free trade agreement, countries that are part of the EU have been taking advantage of this free trade opportunity and investing in and developing relations, business relations with a lot of those companies over there in Vietnam. This is great, of course, if you're invested into their stock market as well as their currency, because as their economies grow and strengthen and the dollar weakens, that means the exchange rate changes. right? That's what we're watching for. That's what we want to see happening. That's why we are paying attention to the currency manipulation list. All right, and I'll get into that here in just a moment. But nonetheless, an increase of 8,599% is one hell of an increase in business. All right, that's pretty impressive. Um, Again, it goes on to talk about how different countries are taking a positive advantage of the EU Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. And this is only going to help Vietnam to continue to grow. And I mean exponentially. So great job to Vietnam. Now I'm just going to segue into this here. You guys, if you're thinking about buying currencies for Vietnam or Iraq, give our friends over here at NESARA.shop a consideration. They had UK Dinar FX, but people were confused thinking that they only sold in the UK, no matter how many times I told them that no, they ship worldwide. So let me show you. Look over here. They ship worldwide. Some of you guys, I guess, cannot buy dinar in your countries or because they're not allowed to or because they don't have them at the bank. But nonetheless, you can come buy them here. They ship worldwide, you guys. And if you buy these currencies, and you're going to be, you have a chance to offer a discount code, put in Pimpy, and it'll save you some money, okay? So let's get over here to what is going on with the currency manipulation list. Stephen Bucci seen delaying currency report until after the election. Okay. Why? U.S. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin is unlikely to release a much-watched report of international currency manipulation that was due in April until after the November 3rd presidential election, according to people familiar with this matter. Now, for us, we know that Vietnam was on a list twice, and the preliminary report came out, said they were on it a third time, which means they can get, Trump can apply tariffs to them or sanctions against them and then hurt their economy. I don't think they're going to want to deal with that. I think some of these countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, and Vietnam have been able to get away with it for now, only due to the fact that the United States is battling with China, and that is helping out those countries as people pull out of China and start moving into these countries. I'm sure that's part of the reason. It said the semi-annual report to Congress has been largely written and ready for release since the spring. Okay, so the currency manipulation report, it's released twice a year, once in May and then again in October. And they still have not released it. Okay, so that means for the year 2020, they won't release the report. Well, they have not released the report at all. The election is November the 3rd. We'll see what happens after that. So anyways, it says the Treasury has been prepared to issue a report since July, the people said, but decided not to for reasons that remain unclear. The documents provide assessments and whether China or other major partners are artificially adjusting the value of their currencies, and we know a lot of them are. So it said like this: the second report of this year was due out this month. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. It comes out twice a month. The delay might be due to the fact that the renminbi, which is the currency of China, has strengthened, and thus at present cannot be used to point fingers at more China currency manipulation for trade advantages. So they're thinking it's because Trump don't want people to take a look at their currency increasing in strength when he's saying that he is decimating their economy. So I don't know about that. Under the Trump administration, the Treasury Department's routine technical currency policy review has been a political cudgel in trade wars. Last year, Trump asked Mnuchin to abruptly designate China as a currency manipulator, only to remove the tag 5 months later when the two nations signed a trade deal. Okay, so that's just Trump doing what he needs to do to make sure that America is first and protected. It said the original designation came after the yuan weakened past $7 for the first time in more than a decade. Yeah, I remember this. So there was something about that level we're keeping an eye on to see what would happen. We figured once they got to a certain level, which was a weekend past $7, that they would manipulate it, and then that would force Vietnam to be exposed for manipulation currency. But that's not what happened. They actually kept it right where it's supposed to be. So, anyways, I know a lot of us look for this report, and there's a reason why. For those of you who are new to this, and we invest in the Vietnam dong, we know that the currency is undervalued. We know it is. That's why we bought into it. Okay? So we know that they've been getting away with it for quite some time, and other administrations have been letting them get away with this. When Trump got into office, the anticipation was he would force them to use the real rate that the Vietnam dong is, and we would be able to make money off this investment. So then trade war came along, and Trump's using these countries. So we see what's happened in 2020. The currency manipulation report has not come out. This is why we haven't seen any changes. But I would imagine that once Trump wins re-election, I'm pretty sure he's going to be dealing with these countries firmly. So I'm anticipating some kind of change in the currency rate, exchange rate for the Vietnam dong. How much that is, I'm not sure. But nonetheless, it should change for us in a positive. All right, you guys, that's it for now. I know I haven't talked about the Vietnam dong, but I did see a report on the currency manipulation report, and I wanted to share that with you. Okay, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it, and I'll catch you later.